Hey there YouTube, Red Sedone here. Again, as you can see, same outfit, same look, same background, same shoot, same day. We have another idea, we have another perspective, we have another hope that we want to present to the world, and we hope that the right person is listening and that you're out there and that you hear us loud and clear. And I had an incident take place. I'm currently a student, Muhlenberg College, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Great school, taught me a whole bunch of stuff. Soon to graduate from there, and I benefited greatly. But something happened, and I think something happened to me that could happen to you. That is happening now based on our system and our design of our system, that I wanted to bring to the masses' attention, because I think it's something that should be fixed and corrected. And what it is, I'm at the end of my major, so I have to pick electives. So, I love philosophy. So I wanted to pick some elective regarding philosophy. Nothing available during the semester. And so I said, okay, another passion I have is education, right? Who doesn't dream of one day taking the knowledge you have and giving it to somebody else and watching them prosper and seeing them benefit? So through a couple projects that I had for my strategic management class, I actually learned for the first time in my life that education is compulsory. Okay, so what does that mean? All right, what that means for your high school guys and girls and your elementary kids and your junior high kids is that you don't go to school because you're enthusiastic, because you're happy, because you're excited. You go to school because you feel like you have to. Okay, and as a result, the teacher is trying to teach and trying to make material exciting to people who really don't want or care or see the value in what it is that they're there to learn. Okay? So teaching in itself becomes a science. And teaching in itself becomes learned and taught behavior from the teacher's point of view. So when you're going to college and you're going to learn to be a teacher, they're teaching you those things. And they're preparing you means and methods on how to get through to that person who doesn't want to be there, on how to make that material exciting and interesting to the people who look at you as though maybe you're wasting your time, or it could be you're kind of boring, or you're not communicating to them on the level in which they need to be communicated to break that barrier of indifference or lack of participation that the students bring to the class. So I said, hey man, that works for me. I'm a business major, I have a beautiful young little girl, and what more do I want but to be able to teach her? And what more do I want but to have the ability, because I have the understanding, but to get some of these sciences and to learn some of these methods on how I can break into her and get over that wall of compulsory that we all possess, that exists in the educational field, and become a benefit to my daughter, become more efficient on what I teach her and how I teach her. So I said, hey, for my elective, I want to take some educational classes. So I fill out my transcript, not my transcript, but my request and my registration, and turn it in. My advisor says, hey, you can't take these classes. And I say, why not? He said, because you're not teacher certified, and these classes are for teachers. So I say, okay, but they're electives. Can we make an exception? I'm going to graduate, and I have to pay for these classes, and I want to pay for something that I feel is going to benefit me. And I decided already that the least that these classes could offer me were a means to make me a better father and a teacher to my child. No, it was too soon. You have to have special clearance, they worry about, a record and, being around other children because the classes require field work, etc., etc. And at this point, at this time, it couldn't happen. So I reflected, as I do, and I thought about it. And I said, okay, I get where they're coming from. But what I also get is that the system in itself is flawed. And let me explain it to you. I'm a business major. And for all business majors out there, work is compulsory too. Okay? I don't know any employee for the masses, for the majority, that wants to be at work. That wouldn't rather be somewhere else, someplace else, doing something completely different. So, being that work is compulsory, being that most of us are there because we feel we have to be there, that fits the same dynamic of a teacher and the students of education. So here I am being taught to be a manager, being educated, and being given a degree that says I can manage, right? And that I can lead, and that I can mentor, but I'm not being given the materials, the understanding, the knowledge, the teaching, and the tricks and the sciences that I would need to teach my employees in the manner in which a teacher would teach their students. Because the circumstances are very much identical. And I think that's what makes the system flawed. And to all the educators out there, and to all the institutions and colleges out there, I definitely believe, first and foremost, that education and certain aspects of education and teaching should be integrated to business. Because business is a constant learning and teaching. Business is a constant form of leadership and management of your employees. And these managers and these potential leaders that we're putting into the business world should be equipped and have the tools and the understanding that they need to be the best teachers, leaders, and managers that they can possibly be. And I think by denying them the understanding and knowledge of the compulsory aspect of education, the compulsory aspect of student and teacher relationship, is a denial of efficiency to the potential of what that manager can be and what that potential future operations guy can be. And instead of just allowing traits and natural ability alone to dictate and to prepare these managers for these roles of leadership and these roles of teacher and this role of mentor, there should also be sciences that are incorporated into our education. So we learn about micro and macro and financial and sociology and a little bit of psychology. Those are all things as a business major that I had to take. Why don't I learn teaching? Why don't I learn education? Why isn't that block also built into my portfolio? And then how can we deny that that's not something that would not only benefit a business major, but also correctly equip them on being a better manager, a better leader, a better facilitator of information to your employee, right? So for anyone that's listening out there, if you go to Muhlenberg, speak out, and don't be scared to want to learn more, to want to be better equipped, to want to be better prepared to be a contributor to your workplace, to be somebody who can truthfully take your employee to the next level. Because not only are you going to offer them and transfer to them the knowledge that you've learned, but you're going to know how to do it. And you're going to understand that there is a barrier there, and that there is an obstacle there that you have to overcome. And you shouldn't have to do it through trial and error, but you should be able to walk in knowing that it exists, knowing that it's present, and dealing with it in the same manner that a teacher would deal with it when they walk into the classroom. And I think all business majors deserve this, and I think the educational department and the business department should get together, communicate these aspects that are interrelated to both of those departments and both of those fields of education and saying, okay, we've given them social, and we've given them psychology, and we've given them macro and finance. Let's give them some people too. Let's give them some teaching also, because they are teachers. Your manager teaches you how to do your job. Your manager teaches you the aspects of what you're responsible for in your job, in the capacity of their job. So it would benefit the manager, it would benefit the company, it would benefit our culture of business if these managers had these special talents of, say, the teachers, and this understanding and knowledge of the circumstances and how they really exist. And I personally believe that I would be better equipped, I would be better informed, and I would be better prepared for the business market had I been given certain educational classes that would give me remedies and tricks to getting the attention of my student body or my employee base, And I think if it can benefit me, it can benefit you. And if it can benefit you, it can benefit the company that you work for. It can benefit the employees that work under you. And that in turn can benefit our community. Because with a stronger intellectual base and a knowledge base of your employees makes them more efficient. In turn, it will make them more productive. Because to not only know how to do something, but to understand why it's done can create innovations in how you do it. Can create innovations on how to do it better. So you can have an employee that's not only contributing their labor, that's not only contributing their time, that's not only doing what they're told to do, but can also transfer their knowledge because you were able to do such a good job at teaching them that they've mastered their work, that they can in turn contribute back to you better ways of doing something, better ways of becoming more efficient. And that's what I believe is the aspect of the future. And that's what I believe is an important contribution to business through education that can be offered. And I hope somebody's listening out there, and I hope somebody who's thought the same thing that I thought likes and responds back to this, and we can, change the way business majors are being, unleashed into the world. And we can stop making them so one-dimensional and stop having to count on them to be special, and to have life experience and to have trait and to just have these aspects that are built into their personalities and just basically make them overall more equipped and not a diamond in a rough and not, iconic and not larger than life. But just like our teachers, the ones that we know and we have faith and we count on to give us the education, the information we need to become better and to become more mature and to become better equipped, that the manager can also return that back to the employee. And we've seen the benefits of school systems, and we've seen the benefits of higher education and learning. And I don't believe it has to stop after you walk down the aisle and you accept your degree. It can continue in the workplace. And I think that if we offer a small portion of education to business and we integrate some of these ideas, we definitely can create a stronger business model and a stronger representation from the college's point of view as far as graduating students and equipping them and making them the best they can possibly be. So if you're one of those people out there, speak to your advisors. If you've been through what I've been through, challenge the system and challenge them to prove to you why that's not right and why you shouldn't have these skills and why education should only be left to educators and why people in business don't or shouldn't have or possess those levels of knowledge and understanding. And I think you'll agree that we should. You know, and hopefully there will be a time when you graduate and you understand that the compulsory nature of education and communication in the workplace, and that we can do something to make it better. So YouTube, thanks again, and I believe that's it for the day, and I'll definitely check back in. I have a leadership template that I'm going to put together soon, that I've already put together, but I'll put together a production so I can shoot it, and you know, teach you guys what I learned about leadership and what leadership is really all about, and how we all are leaders, and how easy it is to step into the role and be a leader, a real leader, and not just a follower. All right, take care, and God bless. Have a great day. Bye.